Hello and welcome to whatever this is. Well, welcome back. My name is Martin and I am here to play some City Skylines for the third part. I'm going to play some music as well. Let's have some music on the go. Yes, this is nice. Okay, so you may be able to hear planes and all sorts in the background. There's all sorts of stuff going on. We are where we left off yesterday. Quite a few buildings need knocking down. So whilst I'm paused, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, we have a low demand for pretty much everything here. Okay, nice low demand. So we are going to build a little bit. And we're going to build near... can't talk this morning. This afternoon, should I say. We're going to build near existing infrastructure. That's the plan. If we use existing infrastructure nearby, we don't have to worry. Now, these guys are complaining that they need workers. Well, guess what I'm going to go and do? I'm going to go and give them some workers before I knock down the entirety of this place. Because there is a low demand for housing, which is enough of a demand for housing for me to want to do. This person here's got an interesting problem. What's that? Too few services. I'm sorry about that. So, there's a rocket launching site. If we look at our zoning, you can see there is some green. What we're going to do here is we're going to build some houses out from here. Sort of separated from the industry, if you like. Just a few houses, just a little bit, just a few. And the reason we're building just a few houses is so that the demand isn't outstripping, so the supply isn't outstripping the demand, because we've had this issue before. Now our water supply system is quite good to this. Wow, this song is there, isn't it? Please let me know if the music's too loud or anything. I've got the chat open on a different computer today. Oh, this music's so damn funky. As for power, shouldn't be an issue here. We are going to run power right along the outside there. Because we can. So there's power. And now we're going to zone it all. Actually, let's zone it all dark green. It's gone into the sort of bucket fill mode here. We're not going to have it all dark green. Let's have a little bit of light green up here. Alright, so let's look at our other problems. We've demolished everything we can. This is filling up. We're going to empty it out. They're complaining their bins aren't getting collected, and there must be a reason for that, right? Buyers, working on it. So this landfill now can stop emptying, so it can start filling up their bins. Emptying their bins, should I say. Turn this down a touch, actually. Yeah, that's a lot louder than the other music. So, yes. Let's work on this. They're complaining about bin issues as well. Okay, yeah. So we need a solution to this issue, really, don't we? And that's obvious. That's going to annoy some people. Put them right opposite each other. That's sensible. Real clever kid here. Alright. Now, whilst we're paused, you want the dead to be picked up. Well, that's valid. I mean, you know. How are we doing? Death care. Right, that should help deal with some of the issues we're having here. Alright. So, I watched the stream I did the other night of this, And I can tell you that this is a unmitigated absolute disaster. Using one of these is a much better solution. So, we're going to do some demolition work. We are going to delete all of our previous efforts here because they're rubbish. Now that means I spent a lot of money. Town doesn't necessarily have. Actually, it does have. This town is doing great. But there's no loans. There's no outstanding debt on this town. I am proud of it. We've done well here. This is the best I think I've ever done this game. And before long, we will be at the million mark. Whatever that is. Okay. Okay, so we're now going to build our stupid junction. And we're going to build our stupid junction by demolishing quite a big chunk of this highway. And then rebuilding it as and when. Now, I worry there's a bit of a slope on this hill here. So that might be an issue. But we're going to try and build this thing. Okay, there's something in the way. Because this is going to be the road of the future. This is my actual, genuine future plan. There we go. Cool. So we built something. Nice. Now, make sure I've got this right. I do. Oh, silly boy. Use the upgrade, and we're going to change it to being the correct direction. Hey, that is a much more intelligent way of building the junction. That's what I should have done yesterday. Now, here's where it gets tricky. We're going to have one bit going just over here. Another bit just going over here. Now, actually, again, not the best idea I've ever had, actually. Because I think you'll find the best solution would be, and I'm not even joking when I say this, another roundabout. But it's not going to be any roundabout, it's going to be an upgraded roundabout. And we're going to upgrade all this roundabout before we have to put things on it. Okay, we're going to try and preempt all the problems we're going to have with this roundabout. Now, we are going to build a little bit of highway that's going to take us from here. Okay, we need to delete some things. Yeah, okay, so it's going to take us from here right onto here, and you're going to take us from here right onto here. Okay, that's how we're going to do that. Now, the issue of this part here, we are going to get rid of those two, and for now we're going to have it go straight up. Oh, that's a bit of motorway, making it one way there. We're going to have it go literally straight there. I'm going to upgrade this bit of road here. Okay, well I've cooked up. Simple as that. And we're going to have it, yeah, from here to here. Space already occupied. How frightfully interesting. There we go. Why were you being so funny about it? So yeah, that's the way we're going to combine the traffic with a roundabout. And it also means that in the future we can build a little more. That's the future. And we are not there yet. Now this junction is complicated and had to be completely and bluntly honest. It had to be complicated because another way of making it work. So let's press play on our town and hope all the little bubbles go away. We are having a bit of a trash problem. Let's stop that one emptying for now. I'm going to start emptying that one. We're going to empty all of our landfills. That's what we're going to do. That's one way of dealing with it. If you empty all the landfills, then you're feeding the processing. Now you're waiting for the dead to be taken away. Well, I think I have dealt with that issue quite a lot here. I don't know if I can deal with it any more than I already have. Since you're being absolutely insistent, I will demolish your house and put a cemetery there. This is how like town planners feel, but they can't actually do anything about it. So we have a demand for blue zone. So we're going to build some blue zone. No parking in the white zone. Don't give me that white zone shit again. We all know this is what this is about. There's a bit of a demand for commercial zone. So we're going to build some. Now, what we don't want to do, believe it or not, is actually attach this area where I'm building a little bit of commercial zone to we don't want to attach it to that motorway, because no what people do in this game, they're going to take it as a shortcut. We're just going to continue our electricity thing going on here. Actually, we're going to go there as well, because why wouldn't you? We have a little bit going around here. That's how we're going to deal with the electricity thing. And as for the water, yeah, let's put some of that in. I find people need it. Alright, so my water system is working, my electricity system is working. Zoning, we have some need for some commercial zone. So we're going to put a bit of commercial zone there, a bit of commercial zone there, a little bit 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 there, and a little bit there. And then we're going to put some high density stuff in as well. And that is hopefully going to be the winner. Close enough to people that they, you know, want to use it. Now here's the problem, is that now I actually am going to, I've just realised I'm going to have to build in some form of little method of getting people off of it. There we go, so a straight bit of road. Just stick around about there, be fine. Okay, cool. Oh, that's fine. That'll do. I'm trying to get you more peeps, y'all. This is something I'm working on here. Don't make me de-zone you. Because I will. They're complaining about rubbish. Because of course they are. People around here always complain about rubbish. Yeah, of course you're sad. Deal with it. There you go. Rubbish is being dealt with. Now we're just going normal speed here, because we're at the situation where I'm struggling to keep up with what's going on in the town. Like, there's so much going on now. This music's a bit inspirational, isn't it? It's the stuff we use for No Mercy, so it doesn't surprise me, actually. Going around demolishing all the old stuff, you know. So these buildings pop up and then go away again. You want the dead transported. Well, listen. Okay? That can be achieved. However, I am going to have to destroy your house to put it there. Alright? Wow. There's a real problem with the dead in this town. There's some... Right. Every time there's an area where there's a problem, someone's house is going to get killed. Get pwned by me putting a crematorium there. What? Honestly? Really? Right, job one. because this doesn't make sense. I'm just going to delete all the houses that are saying they've got a problem with the dead, because they're lazy and they don't want to call the undertaker. That is not my problem. Right. Bin issues over here. Oh. That's where people live. Literally a landfill right behind one of my city's biggest landmarks. Because why wouldn't you? I think a little bit of light dezoning might help this area, you know. But there's too much demand. There you go. Just shrink that industrial zone by a bit. Now, I've just realised a bit of an issue that I have here. I'm putting people very close to industrial areas. Oh yeah, so now I've done that, creating a slightly more attractive place for people to live. Oh, this music takes a weird turn, doesn't it? I've got all this area over here, which is like going to be my brand new town, and nothing's going on. Now, I was really worried about traffic yesterday. Let's see how we're doing on the traffic front. Areas like this around town are clogged up and slow. So it's my duty, nay, my responsibility, to fix it. And I will do so in the only way I know how, by knocking people's stuff down. Don't worry, you will rebuild. Okay, now this bit here is slow. Oh. Sorry guys, it's got a nice little fat bit of road there. Grading for the future, for the future, for the future. Oh, it needs to be effectively motorway. It already is. Oh well. Slow going into here, huh? And I'm going to deal with that. I have absolutely no idea. I feel like maybe diverting the motorway is the only sensible thing to do in this area. Okay. Now, I don't want to stop traffic to my town, like, entirely. So what I'm going to do, this is my temporary solution. Right. You guys are going to love this. How to deal with traffic Martin's way. So, very temporarily, we are going to screw over the entire motorway system. Actually, I don't need to do this. I can just pause it. Done. Paused. Right. So this is clearly becoming an issue for my town. Now, this junction did its job, and now apparently it's not anymore, so it's supposed to be relieving congestion from this part of town. I'm having to dedicate a shocking amount of space to traffic management. I'm trying to make sure that there's no more blips or hold-ups in my town. I want everyone to have the smoothest journey possible. That's my plan. Right. Here we go. Hope my music is good. Enjoying my picks from the YouTube audio library because I do nothing else. Sure, I'd love to play Highway to Hell instead, but it ain't happening. So, my motorway here is now going to be better equipped to deal with the problems it's going to be facing, because I'm going to build this massive thing instead. Alright, and you might be thinking to yourself, Martin, is this a joke? No, this is not a joke. As I learned from my predecessor, I never joke about my work. Space already occupied. By what? Right. I use the little Kirby tool here. I don't know how to get this to do what I want it to do. This is ultra annoying. Ah, gosh darn. A very gentle veer. That's how you deal with a stupid motorway. That subsequently means I can delete all of this. So I can actually keep this. Oh man, I'm making an absolute mess of this motorway. What I'm going to try and do is create a similar effect here. Okay, and now I'm going to use this tool here. Look at me redesigning the motorway and sending it wildly off course. That's what I do. So first things first, we're actually going to be cutting this a bit shorter than the junction is typically designed for. Because that's how we roll, y'all. That'll do. Alright. Now we can build something that'll actually help get people into the town. Like, actually help deal with the traffic. So job number one is to build a roundabout to the standard default. And then we're going to beef it up with these big double row boulevards because it's got to deal with a lot of traffic. Now, another thing we're going to do is we are going to, as per usual, we're going to have our junction there. I think that makes sense. But we are going to delete this part here. And we're going to put these two roads literally straight in an effort to try and do something about our traffic issues in this town. Another thing we're going to do is we are going to use where the motorway once were to build a road that goes down underneath our bridge. Because that's what we used to have. Let's build it straight onto here. While we're here then, we need to upgrade this bridge to be able to cope with the extra traffic it's probably going to be getting just over it. And as for this exit here we're going to take off of here, send over here. Now, let's play the sim. I spent a lot of money on road infrastructure right here. People are using my brand new stretch of motorway and loving it, I'm sure. Now, I've only got to pull the sort of same trick over here. I'm sure I probably could, actually. But, I don't know. Let's have a look at our traffic meter. For now, this stupid complicated system's working. And this stupid complicated system's working. This stupid complicated system over here, nuh-uh, not even working like a little bit. This is completely letting me down. Completely failing. So we need to do something about this whole area in general. Also, this stupid traffic system here isn't working brilliantly either. So let's work on this part of town. It needs some more love. Simply put. Can I upgrade this part? Well, I wonder why that is. So we're going to build. Just going to build the new road straight into the roundabout. There you go. That's how you fix that. Now we're also going to change it because I reckon we're getting problems because it's not the right sort of road. There we go. Beautiful. I'm really hoping that that helps things here. Maybe one small change has made a difference. It seems to have done. Can I upgrade? Why is that? Why can't you? Or you just don't want to? There we go. Stop some of the bottlenecks that are going on here. We're actually going to build a concept known as the hamburger, right? You may have heard of this. It has been done with success in Headington, in Oxfordshire. Now I'm going to see if this town planning technique that I've just employed here helps reduce the traffic load across this roundabout. And furthermore, we have this roundabout here. The vast majority of traffic wants to go straight across. So I'm going to try and let it. I don't know why it won't let me, but I was planning on trying to let it go straight across. This whole area here needs a rethink, as does this whole area here. can I do about it? Let's just pause this again. Every time we get close to the mill, I stop it. Let me just delete some houses first, because, you know, let's get rid of those abandoned buildings, keeping everyone happy around here. There's a lot of demand for industrial area. Well, did I build some of that in mind? Absolutely I did. Now, this might look like I don't know what I'm doing, and that's because I probably don't. So there is a sort of demand for stuff, okay? So we're going to extend it off of this one here. Genuinely, I thought some old Taylor Swift was about to start playing then. Probably what it does sound like. So this whole area is ready to go. We need some industrial slash medium demand for industrial offices. So we're going to build some offices over here. And we're going to build some industry right next to it. Alright. So there you go. That's dealt with that problem. This absolute mess of a roundabout over here. I think what we need is another part of motorway that deals with this whole thing here. So we're going to keep our existing infrastructure on the road. This little roundabout was put here just to deal with very little in the way of traffic. Now, obviously, we have to break things before we can put them back together again, because that's just how this is going to go. You've got to break it before you can make it. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, we also have a huge part of this which is going over here, which we are also going to get rid of. Because I don't know how much that's really helping things. So first things first, we're going to build our brand new junction, and it's huge, okay? Okay. So we need to build a version of this that's sort of more efficient, if you like. Or another thing we could do, which is very much worth thinking about at this point, due to the absolute mess that is this junction, is taking the motorway over the bridge and taking it over here, thus giving us more room to build. So I think that's what we should do. So we're going to do that in the only way I know how. our ring road is in the way. This is taking actual brain power here, and that was never, like, the idea of this stream was to never, ever accidentally learn things and use my brain. That was never, ever the plan. I am asking this bridge to go a really stupidly long way. But it will let me. Absolutely amazing. Now, it's doing the opposite of what I need it to do. Fine, whatever, that works for me. So now what I need to do is, like, even dumber. I need to get this road here okay, somewhat subtle now at this point. Now, it won't let me do this for a number of reasons, I'm sure. All of them done. So I've got this here. My ring road is causing it issues. Well, one thing we have done is we are now free of all this tyranny here. That's right, we've destroyed a big chunk of our motorway. Because we can. Yeah, very temporarily we're sending a whole motorway around that little tiny janky thing here. So hang on a minute. I need to use my brain cells. So we've now got traffic successfully going from this way down to this way. It's allowing traffic to bypass this city entirely. We want to do the same thing with this. So what I'm gonna do, I get refunded all this. Excellent. This is gonna take a while. This is going to take a long time, actually. Okay, we've got 2 stubs here, basically. Now, it's our responsibility to get this road to function. In a way that makes sense. If you're watching and you want to say hi in the chat, go ahead. Say hi. What are you up to today? Maybe it's an insanity. I'm destroying this roundabout. I'm actually fully breaking it to allow the roundabout to continue to work. And that is what I'm doing here. I'm allowing the roundabout to continue to function independently at the minute. Because I feel like I need to go all the way over everything here. Now this junction here needs to be able to function too. So we're going to cut it off entirely because that makes sense. And it's just literally start again. And you've got to remember that these 2 motorways that we're building need to link up somewhere. That's the whole point. We've got to link up. So there's our 2 little stubs there. This whole junction here needs to go because it's not functioning anymore. All this needs to go. We're spending a lot of our money here on investing in this really stupid part of town that no one cares about except me. And the traffic through here though is extremely high, so I feel like not enough people are using my massive humongous bypass that's built for the future, but actually is kind of rubbish. Alright. While we're here as well, we're not bodging stuff anymore, we're rebuilding it from the ground up. It's funny, you can see where the motorway actually was. We're not bodging, we're completely rebuilding this motorway because that's what, let's be honest, most places should do. So I've got a bridge here that needs to go. All of this has to go. It simply isn't going to work anymore. Okay. So the motorway comes in here. That we all get. So we need to do our left lane first. So we're going to use this space here to do our left lane. Now for our right lane, I need to figure out the spacing of this very carefully. Okay. First thing we need to know is that this needs to be a massive bridge over here. Need to have a look a bit closer. Now at this point we may as well go full whole hog with it. Right, brilliant. We have one of the roads is working. Now this is where it gets complicated. We need to go up higher than any of the others that have gone before. This bridge needs to go high, like straight away, because it just absolutely does. Okay, we need to get real clever here. Bridge is extremely expensive. Boom. Right, that is the motorway fixed. Now, you say it's fixed, Martin. There's loads of weird stuff going on here. Yes, I know. I just wanted to build it first in a way round where I can understand it. So now the motorway is now completely bypassing our town, which you might think is a bad thing. Yes, it is a bad thing, and we need to fix it. However, I have a plan. Now I've got room to build one hell of a junction. If you think about it, I am now able to build an awesome junction. Damn it, right, let's go that way. There we go. Perfect. So, I now have the room to build an awesome junction. To also put this part here in, we can ignore this big junction here now. We're not going to give a junction here. We're going to give a junction here. That's going to be big, that's going to be meaningful, and it's going to be able to like link into this roundabout in a smaller way. Okay. So, job number one then is to also cut this part of town off. So we need to build a big junction to deal with all this mess. I'm trying to figure out which one of the presets is going to work out best for us here. One there. One of these sort of like hooking onto it, I think works really well. Don't you worry, that's going to get dealt with. Don't worry, we're just using these like preset things to get us in the right direction here. Okay. Now, this is where it gets stupid. I'm effectively building a motorway in the middle of my city to try and avoid absolutely crushing traffic. Right. Now, because it's not a motorway, and hopefully won't actually be going that quickly, I'll be able to send stuff all over the place. There we go. Okay. Now here we are with dual lane. What's it? One's going to go over here. Actually, no. Brilliant. I've really managed to cock that up. One's going to go... We're going to have to build a junction here as well to help deal with all this stuff. So we're going to build a box. Ah, that's gone wrong. How can I... Why can't I build... Oh, God damn it. It's decided I'm not going to. Right, let's rethink this strategy. Now these both... Now, the whole point is to relieve traffic in the area. Literally the whole idea. This is really dumb. Let's remove electricity because they don't need it. And we're going to make it all dual lane because we absolutely need to do that if this roundabout has any hope of surviving in the future. Surviving the onslaught it's about to get, the absolute ramming it's going to receive. Okay. Well, you can be sad about that all you want, but I need to make this road work. Right. So I need to custom build a junction now to deal with this. So I'm sort of sorting out this first. Enough room to build one of them. As soon as I have enough room to build one, I'm going to have to make one, sort of. That's my janky square about, but it should work. I'm also going to put a cross there. Actually, no. My janky square about, which is proper janky. I'm not happy with that at all. So I need to deal with this in a better way. I need an exact 90 degrees. Wow, this is like concentration right here. There we go. So I built a square about. We could do slightly cleverer than that, I think. Haha. So I built a square about. Aha! That could work. Some square about. Actually, if I'm really clever, I'll do something even smarter than that. What are you trying to curve around for? I don't need to curve. Why? Whatever, have a curve. Okay, so we're now going to delete that. Well, actually, I can't really, to be honest. I need to put this back on a normal, strong old boulevard, but I can build it here. Why? Because there's a what? There's what's in the way. This sucks. I'm fast spending money here on silly road projects. They're just unrealistic because no government would give enough of a shit about this to fund something this stupid. Amazing. But pissing around as is possible. So, built a square about here. Now I need to build a junction for this motorway. First things first, I'm going to build a slip road. It's going to delicately take vehicles off there and onto there. I'm also going to build one here that does the same thing. I mean, this is proper horrible stuff, but yeah, so that's gonna build into some of my ring road there. Now, as for this, this is where it's going to get a little bit complicated. Got a road that actually can't go anywhere. Absolutely well done, me. Alright. Here's the brutal truth here. Needs to be stupid. Okay. That's the off. There's the on. Well, this is working absolutely tremendously. Here I am, just trying to solve my city's like crippling traffic issues. I feel like it needs to go. I just see it. It's not ideal, but it's probably going to affect traffic flow a bit. So there's one junction now that I've got working successfully. Now I'm going to have just off junctions here. I'm going to have just off junctions here, so it's just going to take people off. It's the plan anyways. So that's an off. I guess that's how I start building an on. That's surprisingly not that awful. I spoke too soon. This is what happens when you have to piss around building over water. Like, this is what has to happen here. The inevitable, you know, screw it, we're done sort of thing. Now, I actually need a curve that goes in the other direction. So, I can never get that to work properly? Screw it, I don't care. Right, so that is hopefully going to deal with some of my really bad traffic issues. It's something. It's going to do something. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to upgrade like every part of this thing that I realistically can, because I know this is going to be just horrendous when it first goes up. So, upgrade that. Can't be upgraded. Alright, well, it's a brave new world. Now, this is a motorway that's not here. So, I guess this is for my amazing superhighway. So what I'm going to do, I'll start on ground level. I want dead straight lines. Now at this point I'm just going to use a normal one because I don't have the faintest idea what's going on here. Right. Let's see if and when my traffic system falls to bits. Not a great deal I can do about these things here. They are starting to warm up, if you will. But my motorway is staying relatively green here. I'm creating lots of other opportunities for people to get on the motorway. I wonder how that's working. There's a car coming along here. Let's see how this goes. Oh, yeah, that's going to cause things to slow down a bit. Yeah, the motorway gets really red over here as well, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'd like to fix this situation going on here. This roundabout gets very red. Ugh. I know what I can do to help out with that, exactly. It's not upgradable. Hashtag bottleneck dealt with. What? Anyone else just see that? That's awesome. Truck just went through there. So, traffic. Nothing I can do about this. That's just the way it is. This is just the way it is. How long have I been playing this for? Oh, damn. Like an hour. I feel like there must be some way of improving all this. But I can't. So, my big roundabout is working hard. Turns out a lot of people want to go this way for some reason. Not sure why. what we will do is we will make it. Let's use that as sort of like a relief. Hope people use a bit of both to try and get places. It's my traffic calming measure. Wow, okay. There's stuff going on outside my door. Oh. Here we go. You need water. Oh, not actually connected, huh? Well, that sucks. There you go. There's no demand for anything right now. I can just sit back and relax and rake in all the money. This music's very calming. It's like Portuguese, Spanish kind of thing, isn't it? You whinge about bins. People always whinge about bins in this town. You can stop emptying. You can stop emptying now. Yeah, you'll probably sold them in. Relax. I love how the areas where you're doing industrial stuff goes brown in this game. That's really cool. Maybe I'll buy the DLC for this game. Maybe I should. Now this whole area up here has got nothing going on yet. The good news is that my bypass, my wonderful bypass, is being used. Fantastic. Let's have a look at my traffic scenario over here. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah. None of these areas of town are a little under stress. Well, maybe I can fix that. Maybe if I make each bridge like one way and carry that road on. I don't know. Any thoughts? Please say in the chat if you've got any thoughts at all for how I should be dealing with my heavy traffic scenario around here. I built a roundabout of my design. It's perfect in every way. Don't want no one to say anything different. And I've got my huge road for the future that no one's ever going to use in this place. Can I even upgrade it? Is it possible? Nah, it's not even possible to upgrade it. Not yet. I'll have to wait for that one. So I've got a whole area over here that I feel like I can build upon. What is over here? Mostly houses. Well, let's build some more road. Let's build some more road. And let's build it with the future in mind. Isn't that right, people? So let's upgrade it all before it screws me over. I'm really proud of my ring road of the future. You know what I mean? It's actually proved to be quite good. Which is, for me, absolutely astonishingly. I'm using sort of like the kind of battery method. To build for the future. This is why, the reason why I call it kind of the battery method is because I will deviate from it in a few key ways. Like for instance, obviously I can't build behind here, so I'm gonna build in a big fat bypass behind it. No, that's not what I wanted to. Yeah, big fat 6-lane road behind it. A medium road actually, just to help deal with the future demand that this area can expect. And then just back to normal roads here. Industrial stuff at the edge here. Because then the noise doesn't bother anybody. We're doing well though. We are doing extraordinarily well as a city. Bringing in the money slowly. People are whinging over here about the dead ones not being collected. Well, I've already said about that. If you whinge anymore, I'm going to put a cemetery on your house. And I am afraid that there's a victim. No, you're the victim. Oh my goodness, there's no fire at all around here. Well, that needs to be dealt with. Absolutely needs to be dealt with. Okay, so this is the future over here. Working on stuff over here. I might start and build my own thing over here and just see what happens to the rest of it. But in the meantime, let's make sure that this area for the future here is watered, that I can provide water for this area. I'm going to shut the window here, folks. There you go, just some kids playing outside, my landlord's kids. They're great. Just noisy. Sort out the water situation before it gets a problem. I may as well chain it up now. Water availability is great. Sewage pumping. I've exhausted that side. Oh damn. I might start relocating my sewage system over here somewhere. But how are we doing for electricity? We're okay for electricity, but I feel like the future needs to be built for, and that's why I'm going to build a nuclear power plant. But I know what this game is like with like disasters and such, so I'm gonna build it like over here, like out of the way of things for now. So this is gonna be a zone like of its own. So obviously it's gonna need water. And the great thing about a nuclear power plant being this far away from everything is that it's gonna, you know, not be a problem for anyone. Slope's too steep. Alright. What about down here? Is down here any better? Also, can I not just... I really don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing. I really have no idea what I'm doing here, so I'm just going to leave that well alone. Where was I? Ah yes, generating electricity. You can go there. Awesome. Now, you need water. I'm guessing. We're going to build you into our existing water system because why wouldn't you? And as for electricity, well, obviously we need lines to power you into the rest of the actually fairly decently connected grid that we've built here. So what we're going to do is we are... little tiny spider on my finger. We are going to build not just a straight line, like, to the nearest place. We're going to build a neat line to the nearest place. That's beside roads that are never going to have houses on them. Zoom in a little here. Boom. My nuclear power plant is online. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. But it's a long way away from everything, and that should help with stuff. So, things are a little interesting over here. Wherever they demand industry, I give you industry. Like, I'm afraid there's just no demand for what it is you guys do. So we're just gonna close that down for now. Low demand for everything, so up there, we're satisfying the needs. As a city, we're becoming saturated. Oh, quite big now. Did I delete a road? I think I did. See some here. Opportunity to upgrade it. Why not? Just upgrade it. It's fine. This is my next big project area here. I feel like I also need to build more over here. But this could be a nice bit of town, you know. Oh yeah, that's a nice part of town there. But like this video by a guy called Tom Scott, who's awesome by the way, go check out his videos. And he does a video on a place called California City, which expanded very, very rapidly. And obviously had lots of houses, but now that there's expansion, those roads, those plots, they are now actually coming into their own. So I built this little part around here. There you go. Electricity as well. We're going to build some of that in. There is electricity flowing, but no one's going. It's just built ready for the future. Industrial space, don't worry. I'm clearing some for you. Come and build things. What has been the most successful part of my town? Not this part. There you go. It's like pruning the weeds. You know that there is some demand for industrial. I have lots of industrial land here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build some housing here as sort of like an experiment. It is an experiment, just to see. Okay, that's ready to go. What we're going to do is we're going to put a little hospital here. That's a crematorium. Yeah, okay, this is going to be like a little mini prototype. Okay, so it's got like all the basics it needs to do well over in this area. There's all the basics. That's all the basics. Okay, so we're trying to temper demand with housing. I'm trying to basically make sure everyone's covered. Trying to make sure it's all cool. Ah. I wonder if my road situation's working. I don't feel like I'm getting the money the city deserves. Like it's not earning as much money as it could be. I want to raise taxes, but I want to increase the population. So raising taxes. Oh, just delete a road. Sure. That road can stay deleted. Go, just demolish their houses. Oh. Oops. Our citizens are sick. I should go to one of the many hospitals provided. Which building is that in specifically? In this one here. Perfect, there you go. It's like so many birds with one stone here. A lot of industrial buildings keep getting abandoned around my city. Is this just the wrong area for industry up here? Is that what this is? It's just the wrong part of town for industry to be in. A nuclear power plant can sit out here on its own, at least for a while. If I do eventually have to build in something. Building for the future. That's my game. My jam. Building for the future. Building for the future. The future. I'm also about to build like a really nice swanky part of town somewhere. The big stuff. At one point I was about to be a millionaire. No, I'm not. Did you get an achievement for making $1 million? Should this be my swanky part of town? But it's next to such a shithole. Bye. Bye. Citizens over here are sick. Buildings over here need demolishing. I'm thinking about dezoning a bit more here. Because there's just not enough work to support the area. Enough people, sorry, to support the area, and there's not enough demand for housing to support the area. Now, let's see if there's anything on here I haven't built already. I've literally built one of each. Alright. Well, we need 70,000 people to make this happen. We are slowly growing, though, as a city. We are slowly growing. I'll be whinging there's not enough customers. I mean, I don't know what I can actually do about that. Not enough workers. I'm trying. Now, what I like about this game is you can like click on things. I want to follow you. I love this. This is so cool. Oh, he's left for town. But he decided to use my amazing ring road. Or at least part of it. Okay, where does this guy go? He comes off. Why? Stay on. It's amazing. Excuse me. Been on for an hour and a half now. So yeah, how we doing? That'd be good. Maybe a little later on I'll stream some more nonsense. How does that sound? People who live here, though, are generally happy, which is awesome. That's what I aim for here. Happiness. Maximum happiness. I put up the tax about as high as you really can. And I've left the budget largely alone. Just going to fiddle with it minutely. So I get 185,000, 186,000 now, and I'm spending 153,000 just on maintaining it. Nuts, right? What's kind of crazy is this area over here. All these abandoned buildings, and people keep coming back. Like, I don't understand. If your business isn't working, and other people's businesses aren't working, don't keep coming back. There's a high demand for land like this. There is, but I'm not prepared to build any more. Maybe if I build some down here. It needs to be relatively close to people's houses, so I feel like if there's demand for it, boom. Okay, cool. So I'm now going to satisfy some of that demand over here with my pointy arrow of destiny. Trust me, you don't want to live here. So I built this whole area down here. The demand, they say, is there for a little bit of everything. I've built a little bit of everything. Slowly, like, all the areas of my city are very slowly sorting themselves out. Let's empty that garbage. The demand's gone back down, see, for industrial area. Nonetheless, I've built some. They get electricity because they're there and they need it. Huh. Alright. I'm spending the vast majority of my time demolishing buildings now. That's how this game goes. But I suppose if you're clever, you never have to. Is that building on fire? It's destroyed in a fire. Oh, that's a shame. Lots of complaints up here. You're a park. There's a dead body in the park. What? Why is there a dead body in the park? Like, for real? Like, why? I've tried to tell these people what happens if they complain. You've got so many crematoriums in this city. How is there ever an issue with dead people? I never understand. what I'm going to do, I'm also going to build a landfill site up here. Because it needs one. Down here, I'm going to build a mega hospital. I'm also going to build a mega fire department. And I'm going to build here the safest town. Darn straight is. Also, this part of town is going to be the hub for my new and unnecessary university and high school, elementary school. Now, in the hope that people want to come live here, I'm also going to place next to it a bit of low density. I feel like I'm always making sound investments in this town here. You need workers. I understand that. I'm providing you with them, mate. Actually, no, we better upgrade that, like, immediately before things start getting in the way. I have linked you in so many ways to this part of town here, where people live. This town started as a little battery. You want to see the little battery? How this town began? How this town began back in my day. It was here. This is where this town began, all here. This part of town is so popular, people just can't help themselves but come on in. There's very little I can do about this. Is it time for an upgrade? I think it has to be. I'm annoying a lot of people by doing this. Oh shoot. Let's have a look at the traffic scenario. My new junction is very busy, but I feel like it's doing better than the last one did. Now, what I need to figure out is where they're going. The vast majority of people are going here. So, if I were to build a little road and straight across, well, that'd be great apparently, but it wouldn't work. I feel like not enough people are using this one, and they're all trying to go over here. But this particular area over here, I'm not sure why. Quite stressed, quite busy. Because whenever I come over here, something always needs knocking down. People are running away from this part of town. This is complaining about not having enough workers. People are complaining about not having enough customers. Well, listen, the demand for housing isn't there, but when it is, rest assured, I will do that. Now, I'm going to try an experiment here. Build a road right in the middle of there. To upgrade the roundabouts there. Always sensible. Okay. So, I'm building one exit down to here. Now this goes absolutely nowhere, other than where it absolutely needs to. So with that said, let's plan for the future. Oh, this is extremely lumpy. The town is ready to expand, yet also kinda not. Already abandoned. Brilliant. I feel like I should definitely connect that to those two pipes there. Let's get water flowing around my town a bit better. Okay. Remember workers? I know you want workers. I'm fully aware of that. I spent a lot of money on a tunnel. An unnecessary tunnel, turns out. That's what I should have done with this. Yeah, should have built a tunnel. We're going to build a tunnel, okay. I'm 4,000 people off. And then I get... airport. And I get to buy this part here, which will allow me to finally have a harbour. And around my harbour, I'll be developing a whole new city, well, area of the city that I'm building currently, which is called Westfield. That's the name of this city. I knew it was something stupidly familiar. I keep accidentally demolishing power lines. Let's just delete all those preemptively. Demand is low at the moment. For a lot of things. But I'm hoping when a harbour gets here, when an airport gets here, I need someone to build that airport, don't forget, so I need something flat. Now if we look at our terrain guide, just around here somewhere. Have a look at my terrain. Look at my wind. Terrain height. Okay, so my airport needs to be flat. Which a lot of my city is. In this area here. I'm going to prepare for my airport to go here. So I'm already going to be ready for this. I'm already going to be prepared. Okay, let's have a look at my terrain height again. I'm hoping somewhere here my airport can go. If not, I'm kind of screwed. But I'm building for it nonetheless. Because it will happen. We'll get there. We're only less than 4,000. 3,000, if I say, off of it. Well, these buildings are abandoned. Why do I want to live here? A lot of noise going on outside today. The citizens are sick. There's a hospital next door. So I feel like a harbour would help. I also feel like an airport would help. Now whether those things are true or not, I can't remember, but we'll find out. There is a small demand for housing. Like, when I say small, I mean like a little bit of demand. So there's already some housing here people can build onto. I'm going to augment that with a bit more of high density. Just, you know, allow that opportunity to happen. So I have enough money to do pretty much whatever I like at this point. They're happy, but I don't know if they've realised I've just cut off the road to where they live. I'm not sure they're entirely aware of what's going on there. Not enough oil. Let's move it. There's plenty of oil down here. So much oil. Like, I don't understand what its problem is there. Very soon we're going to hit 70,000 people. This is where the airport's going to go. The international airport. Now, I'm going to do something that I really ought to do, and that is put bus routes in. We don't care for bus routes in this game. I think they're kind of pointless. But they seem to make people happy. I'll have a bus route there. There's no bus routes around here at all, so let's build one in. Now I could go ahead and put subway routes in. I'm really not all about that. So I don't really like bus stops, but what are you gonna do? So the airport's going to go around here somewhere. So this needs to have a bus stop big time, which is going to take you into the centre of that part of town. Okay, a bus line is going to take us into the centre of town. Yeah, it's going to take us close to the centre of town. Apparently I can't have any more buses. Alright, well, whatever. So, we've attracted a few more people with our nice bus lines. Hello, Johnny Doe. How you doing? You've been here before, haven't you? Seem to remember. Maybe I'm right in saying that. Where's this abandoned house? Yeah. There's a problem with my city. People seem to keep leaving it. Well, I wouldn't live here. If we're honest. Busy for me, I think. We'll knock down. Eventually, we'll get the one responsible. There we go. It doesn't really matter too much at the minute. So the demand for everything's low, but people are steadily moving in. You have a dead body waiting for transport. Well, you know what that means. Is that a crematorium? No, it's not. Okay, fine. Well, you know what that means. You have a complaint, I'll put it on your house. Not the nicest way to run a city, but I think it's the most honest way to run a city. Yeah, I'm going to stop this music for a second. Just getting my brain in. Yeah, cool. You get us. You get one. I'll stop there. Dead bodies not being dragged away. You need workers. I know you do. And trust me, I'm trying, but the demand is not here yet. Look, I've built an area. I built a zone, man. I'm currently satisfying the demand of people. So let's have a little update on our traffic scenario. You want to take the bus? Nah, man. This bus is terrible. I really don't care about buses, but I feel like they're probably more important than I realised to the game. But my bus lines are awful. Like, they just take you to the bits of town you probably don't want to go to. What's your problem? Not enough oil? Dubious. I've got power plants that aren't working because there's no oil. So let's have a look on the old natural resources thing and see if we can figure out where to send you. Oil. Lots of oil. Not a great deal anywhere else, but lots of oil there. Alright. I'll send you this road here. Move you. There, we agreed. That'll get some oil in it. Now, the problem is, though, is that this area is not hooked up for electricity quite yet. Oh, I've got a bus line and link up. There's a course. Run it by the side of the road. It's cheap, effective, tends not to get in the way of your schemes. There we go. Reattached it. It's going to need water. It's really occupied. I know, occupied by me. Run water straight to it and then deal with it later. Right, cool. Just going where the oil is, boys. May you live in my city. If it were real, you could totally live in it. I'd let you. The taxes are quite high. Well, I say that. Lower than real life. So yeah, feel free. You're welcome. Move in anytime you possibly can if it's real. We built this city on rugged. I don't want to sing it too good. Yes! Excellent. What do I get? Do I just get an airport? Alright, wonderful. So what we're going to do, two things we can do here. We're going to expand the city. Now, I have had this wonderful little dream of having a port. So we're going to buy that. We're going to buy that so I can put a port in. That's the only reason I bought that. Now, city's a weird shape. I plan on buying this one, this one, this one, and this one. Don't worry. I don't mind if I don't, though, really. So, the next thing is airport. Now, it's a big building. Slope too steep, slope too steep. Now, the plan is to find somewhere it can... Did I just see a green thing? Yeah, to find somewhere it can go. And then just build everything else around it. Building a split place roadside. So it can go there. I mean, it's going to annoy everyone that it's there. Okay, so I can build it over here. Wasn't my original plan. But you know what? I think I'm going to roll with it. Make sure I give this airport as much room as I can. Right, okay. Airport. Boom. Aeropuerto. Aeropuerto. You got electricity. As for water, boom, you're watered. Airport, begin doing your thing. Reduced operating at a reduced rate, operating normally. Right, cool. So the airport is a go. Excellent. That will hopefully bring in more tourists, new people, new customers using our services. I'm thinking economically here. I'm thinking about the right way. Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate that. There might as well be something. I can talk like this if you want for the rest of this year. Oh, stop trying to move out. Okay. Now it's time for a harbour. I'm waiting for one of these for literally ever. Now, this is important that I get this right. First thing first, we're going to need a junction for it. Because you know what happens if you don't build a proper junction for your roads. Okay. Is that a train line as well? Oh, I think I've just hit the blooming jackpot here. Ah, awesome. Right. Okay. Well, we need to build some roads to deal with this whole thing. So I'm building... I build a massive ring road everywhere I go anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do that. As big as we can. So Special reactor. Well, I know that. So let's just do the right thing and special reactor. Oh, I see. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. Put trees around it as well. Page up. Go the railway page down. Beautiful. I built a ring road. Off that ring road. About here. We're going to build a spur. It's going to go quite a long way. Beautiful. Okay. Now I can finally build my port. Which is awesome. That's for water. Well, actually, no, we need to move that. Now, eventually, my plan is totally for this to be built in to the rest of the system. However, for now, there's just these two things out here. We're just going to work on getting these up and running and online. There's my port. Sweet. Now it's time for trains. Building must be placed roadside. Okay. And we're going to build a big road in order to do that. Okay. Right. Trains. Passenger terminal. There you go. That's how you do it. You build a train line. I can play my knob and electricity. God, these guys just never give it a rest, do they? Ugh. Unbelievable. There you go. These two areas are running on very much independent systems at the minute. These guys are doing their own thing. Let's do the responsible thing and hook them up to what I guess I would call the mainland. First of all, we'll do that with the water. That's the shortest distance. As for electricity, well, that is a trick. That really is going to be difficult to do. So we're going to go from here to here, over here, over to here. Oh, over to here. Here, over along here. Along here. And up to here. There we go. Finally, everything's now attached, both electrically and plumbingly, I guess. Plumbing's hooked up. See if we're just building a brand new building and I'm knocking down old ones at the same time. Now there is very much a demand for housing, which is nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, sort my life out. Just spent a load of money there on airport, which probably won't solve any of my problems. I wonder if it will actually. Let's find out. How many people are flying in? Passenger service last week, 0. But I've got planes going in, like, let's see if I can click on it. 44 passengers, and it's landing. Excellente. So, the area of interest is this one. There is a demand for housing. I'm going to satisfy at least part of that demand by putting some high density there and some low density there. And they've got all the services they need already, so that's cool. But I am satisfying a need. Hopefully, there's part on fire here. Okay. Well, let's deal with the fire situation there. We're covered well by the police. Actually, covered really well by the police. Covered quite well by the fire brigade. Covered reasonably well medically. Building a creme. Not a creme, it's the wrong word. I'm building headquarters by accident here, really, when what I want is just stations. Right. Groovy. I destroyed your house. Do I ever watch the English Heritage Channel? No, I don't, I'm afraid. I don't even know what you're referring to. Maybe I should. I'll have a look. I'll check it out. Listen, man. Johnny, I've never destroyed your house. Okay. Destroying other people's houses, sure. I'm maniacal, but I'm not that bad. Where do you want to live? You pick an area, right? We've got... let's view it actually the way it's supposed to be. So you could either be a downtown old school dweller. You can be down here. Okay, this is the original city. This is the block I started with. I picked this one to start because I'm an idiot. And then we went over here. You could be here if you want. This is sort of like the old school town over here, up around here, and the slightly newer school town, and even newer than that school town. And then this is where the brand new stuff's happening. This is where the fancy stuff's happening. It's also where the train station is. Incidentally, the train station's over here as well. So this is going to be like, I don't know, something soon. But I'd like to buy down here next. I think buying down here is probably the next logical step because I have massive traffic issues getting into my town. Better than they were though. Yeah, this is horrendous here. I'm going to pause this for a second because I just want to admire it in its paused state with everything going good. People are very happy in my town though, which is awesome. South Midtown, so we're talking like here. This is the area you're talking. Okay, cool. Well, I won't destroy anything down here then, unless it's abandoned. I will make an effort, alright, not to knock your house down. Let's go house hunting. Let's see if we can find one for you. Also, you've picked the area, I'm guessing sort of like around here. This is the area that's also like one of the most wealthy areas as well, so good pick. Now, there's an oil power plant there. I wonder if I can understand what its problem is. Let's have a look. Well, yeah, there's no bloody oil there. Like, I can imagine that being a problem for it. I don't have much oil in this town. Honestly, I really don't. Let's move you with the other one. It's all very good and well having oil power plants, but not putting them near oil is probably not the best idea I've ever had. You want electricity? We all want electricity. There we go. That's temporary. Temporary electric, as we'd say. Ooh, my phone's ringing. Bear with me. In the meantime, why don't you have a look around? Let's do that. Let's unpause it and you can have a look around my city. Oh, I'm doing that wrong. Hang on. So there you have it. Hope you're enjoying the cinematic look around my city. Let's have a look. My electricity situation is good. My water situation is fine. My happiness situation is good. My windy situation, oh, it's quite windy around here. And here looks like an ideal place for some wind turbines, maybe later. Pollution. What is causing pollution? Oh, oil power plant. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good actually. Now this is a no bus. Well, we're going to create a bus line that actually will do something. This bus line is going to take people from here into the middle of town and then back again. This line is going to take people from here via the train station, via sort of around the harbour area, and then back to the airport. There you go. Like a decent city would have. So we've got an airport. It's going great. Maybe. I don't know. Let's get out of this view and see how the airport's doing. Airport. 37 passengers a week. Very good. Very good. This is good. It's developments. The demand for housing is slowly rising. Demand for industry, not so much. I'm fine with that. I'd rather have more houses than industry anyway. 76 passengers. Wow. Cargo terminals operate normally. Garbage is piled up. How many passengers we bringing in? 0. Weird. That probably because the probably have something to do with the fact that the roads are just not connected up. Garbage is piling up. That is an issue. I grant you. So you're going to get kind of your very own landfill if I can manage it. Did you know you're going to get a garbage processing plant? That's what you're going to get. And a landfill. Doubly sure I'm dealing with the issue. Well, that's an absolute mess of roads, but I don't know. It'll have to do. It will have to do. And you're whinging about crime. I mean, this is an issue for you, isn't it? Well, that's okay. We'll just put it along here. No electricity, no water. Because of course they don't. Why would they? A little bit of healthcare. Yeah. There's a bit of a funeral home in there. I did. Well, if anyone dies at the port, they're good. Wow. Okay. The crime thing is hopefully being dealt with, dear people of the port. Train station's operating properly. Oh, lots of cars. Where are you even coming from? Trains. And finally my ring road's getting used. I feel like maybe if I link it up to here, that will help. Okay, so adding a train line really changed the ring road I've been building. Like, it's really changed it. Wow. Okay. And how's my airport traffic looking? Airport traffic looks fine. It's totally manageable. Coming into here, it looks a bit shonky. What are you gonna do? Okay. I am gonna continue on for the next 3 minutes. I'm gonna go off at 4 o'clock. I've got sorts of things out today, including a radio show. I do. You need electric. Your water. I have provided you with electricity. This area of the town is becoming prosperous though, which is nice. Yeah, nice, very nice. Yeah. Flying to airport. Let's zoom in on that bad boy. I want to see what this one's doing in particular. So, keeping an eye on our jet. What is it with dead people in this town? Seriously? So many dead people. There's a creme literally next door. Oh goodness. Right. You're complaining you've got no oil. You're under a load of oil. Like, for real. You can stay there. Dealing with that. Well, if you want to hear more of my voice and my face, well, you can't hear my face. You can't even see my face. We decided not to do the webcam thing because I ain't pretty. There's another 2 parts to this. I did part 1 bank holiday, so that was on Monday. Part 2 yesterday, last night, and part 3 has been tonight. So, well, today, sorry. Now, I'm afraid to announce there won't be much more over the weekend, as you may expect, because I'm busy. it's the super short explanation, because I'm busy. You're going down to Southampton and going on a speedboat. Speedboat, right? Oh, now I know why you can't build there. They're bridges, aren't they? Oh dear, there's a crying child outside. It's never a good thing. Oh, there's 2 now. Oh, screaming as well. Poor sausage. Wonder what the kid did. Whatever it is, it sounded like it hurt. So, now, the most important thing we need to do here is save this game. Because I just destroyed a massive part of my road network. Put that back here. Let's just fix it now. Fix it. There we go. Put my road network back together. Right. So yeah, we need to save this game. Save. Curious Chris stream. Not calling it Westfield because I'd probably get confused as to what that actually is. Wow, okay, I feel like the next milestone is 100,000. It must be 90,000. I get monuments. Unique buildings. What's the next one? Fill 3 instances of something. Okay, achievements. I'd love to put a Hadron Collider. Right, well, that is it from me for now. Thank you so much. I'm going to pause this. It is paused. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I'll be doing this again probably next week, I would imagine. Maybe Wednesday night or something. Don't quote me on that, but if you want to find out when and where we're streaming, you can go on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com. You know, everyone knows the bloody URL for Facebook. No one's surprised by what the URL for Facebook is, are they? Stupid boy. Go to Facebook, search for Curious Crow Productions. That's all you need to do. Then you'll be able to find out. Subscribe to the channel as well. That will definitely help. So yeah, I'm going to save it again because I've already done stuff. Awesome. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me this afternoon. I'll see you next time for part 4. Stay tuned to Curious Crow.